Welcome to the Warmup, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Ted Madden. Week 2 begins Thursday night, so it's time to get ready and settled in for some football. We said last week the best thing about the non-district schedule is you get playoff-type matchups early on. That's most certainly the case this week as two 6A state contenders take center stage in Katy. Let's preview Atascocita taking on the Katy Tigers in the lineup, presented by Xochitl Chips and Salsa. Couldn't get any better than 9-time state champion Katy taking on Craig Stump's Eagles of Atascocita. The Tigers took care of Clear Springs in week 1 and will be rocking with the same formula. Big offensive line, two-headed monster in the backfield with Seth Davis and Dallas Glass, and mix in some timely play-action pass with Caleb Koger behind center. With Katy being in a 9-team district, that means after this one, it's on to the games that count. So you know they are looking to make a splash here. As for Atascocita, the Eagles shut out Dickinson last week and are looking to continue to roll. They most likely won't see Katy in the postseason, as Atascocita will definitely go Division I, so they can pull out all the stops. Junior quarterback Zion Brown had a nice week 1, but the Eagles will look to their defensive line to hold off Katy's ground game, led by Texas A&M commit Samu Tamanupipi. Coach Stump says Samu is down from 417 pounds to 375 and hopes to get him on the field for around 70 plays a game. Another big one is Thursday night when Katy and Cinco Ranch visits Klein Oak. The Panthers managed to pull out a last-second win in week 1 over Spring Decaney. Caleb Black made the game-winning catch, and he is the definite playmaker for Klein Oak. Cinco Ranch is led by quarterback Gavin Rutherford, who threw for 2,700 yards last year. The Cougars took care of College Park in week 1, 41-13, as they are anxious to make some noise in District 19 6A.
Warm up your game day with the authentic flavors of ancient cooking. So thin, so crisp, so good. Xochitl.
One of the best athletes in the area comes from Aldine, Eisenhower. We got a chance to catch up with Texas commit Ryan Niblett on the recruiting trail.
Hi, my name is Ryan Niblett. I go to Eisenhower and I play receiver. I went down there for that spring game. You know, spring game was really hype live. I met a whole lot of famous people, including Vince Young. So like that, it led me that way already. And you know, I started talking to Trey Wise, because that's the other dude I committed with. So we was talking for a little bit. He said he loved it. And when I brought my people down there, they loved it. So I was like, yeah, this the school for me. Like me, it's more my explosion off the line. So like, I feel like if I can explode good, I'm gonna have, my speed is gonna be up there. You know, when I'm at my top speed, can't nobody touch me. So I feel like it's my speed. You know, like I'm real happy to be at Eisenhower, because you know I was on Aldine at first. So, but by my team, like we really got speed. A lot of us got speed. So like I'm happy about that. Like we can cover good. So I feel like as us being a team, we can work together. We can go deep in play, like at least 4 rounds deep, and get our name out there even more. So. I love to compete. Competing is just been a part of my life, and everybody in my family has to compete in something. So I just love to compete against other people and prove to them that I'm better than the other person.
We'll have our cameras at a lot of big games this week, but we can't make it to all of them. Here are some of the games you need to keep an eye out for in the hype. The Katy district has only 2 non-district games before district play starts, so they're trying to make the most of them. Friday night, Tompkins hosts Bridgeland in what should be a good one. Tompkins beat Cy Ranch 31-23 last week as they got big plays out of their athletes, Wyatt Young and Caleb Blocker. Since they start district play with Katy in week 3, this should be an excellent warm-up game for the Falcons. Bridgeland won a tight affair with Cy Fair last week and has Shadow Creek looming in week 3. The Bears had a prolific offense last year with Connor Wegman behind center, but he's in Aggie land now. This year's Bridgeland offense will lean heavily on Jonathan Nelson and tight end Reed McKeesker. Thursday night, Pearland will look to get in the win column as they take on Houston Memorial. The Oilers have a new head coach, B.J. Gott, who led Katy Peyto to a state title last year. Kennedy Lewis will lead the way in the backfield for Pearland. The Mustangs won in Week 1 over 7 Lakes, 17-13. Chase Goodwin is an experienced signal caller for Memorial, but winning at the rig could be a tall task. Last week, we gave out our first defensive title bells to who else? The North Shore Mustangs. Let's find out why and who might have a chance this week in the Buzz. Against the Woodlands last week, the North Shore front seven hounded Highlander QB Mabry Matoyer over and over again, forcing him to throw 2 picks. One of those was returned for a touchdown by Jacoby Davis. The Mustangs, thanks to their defense, took a 42-7 halftime lead and coasted to an easy victory, earning themselves the title belt. Look for Clear Falls to be in line for the belt this week. The Knights shut down Pearland and allowed only 17 points. This week, led by punishing linebacker Corey Kelly, Clear Falls heads into Summer Creek, where they will need to slow down the Bulldogs. That's going to do it for today's show. For even more high school football content, be sure to follow us on our social media accounts, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm Ted Madden, and I hope we got you warmed up for all the action.